As you can see, supporters eat up every word and every handshake, but with 10 days to go, he's got to sway the undecided. We're just in front of the Mispa Hotel. Let's show you what's happening here right now. Still flames shooting out of the top of this building. You can see those ladders. 2 semi-trucks did fall over earlier today. They're not going to be able to lift these back up until tomorrow, until these winds get calmer. This marijuana plant that they're bringing in right now has about 150 pounds of actual bud in it. By putting candles on the table, Parisa would like to wish all of you a very bright future and a happy new year. Or as she would put it, Eid Shomam Mubarak. It's obviously very dry in that area. Wind gusts were picking up earlier, so let's see if firefighters will get any help from the weather. They do want to find out where Steve Fawcett's body might be, if in fact it is near that crash site. This mess of metal shows the sheer impact. Pieces of Steve Fawcett's plane scattered across several hundred feet. This aerial view shows how hard it is to access the wreckage, but investigators are determined to sift through it all.
Hit the ground very hard and broke into a lot of pieces.
Black Hawk helicopters maneuver through the mountains carrying precious cargo. Search dogs are invaluable in finding Fawcett's body. So far, crews found just a small bone fragment near the wreckage. A forensic lab will determine whether it's a human or animal bone. For more than a year, Fawcett's whereabouts remained a mystery to the world. But this local ski shop employee led us to answers. Preston Morrow came across Fawcett's ID cards, a $1,000 in cash, and a sweatshirt while hiking the Minaret Mountains Monday. He hopes this helps Fawcett's family find closure.
At least we know where he went down.
When Fawcett first went missing, Civil Air Patrol pilots flew over these same mountains 19 times. Just look around at all this thick brush. It's nearly impossible to find anything in the forest unless you literally stumble across it. And it's no wonder the aircraft had such a tough time. These thick trees can certainly block a pilot's view.
You can go over that area 100 times and not necessarily find the needle in the haystack, for sure.
Mammoth Lake's airport manager has flown 60 different rescues throughout the Sierra. Bill Manning says even someone like Fawcett can run into trouble. At 10,000 feet altitude, steep cliffs, cloud cover, and wind can be unforgiving. So those searchers are getting some much-needed rest tonight. They'll be back right here at the command post bright and early at 8 a.m. All he wanted was to see a bear. Now Albertito is face-to-face with one.
Make a lot of noise. The bears will run away and hide. And that's why I don't make any noise.
The innocence of a child hides underneath his courage. Albertito has third-degree burns on 70% of his body. This 8-year-old will go through at least 40 surgeries before he's a teenager. His skin will be replaced as he grows. He lost his nose, ears, hands, and toes after being stuck inside a burning house. But at Firefighters Kids Camp, Albertito and his buddies can forget the nightmare that brought them here.
I like this place and it's very fun.
Instead of facing the stares and judgments of the outside world, they enjoy the wonders of nature.
They know things about what their body can take and what their mind and their soul can take that we'll never know. We've never been challenged to that level.
The scars may be permanent.
The gasoline tank blew up on me and flaming gas got on me.
But the resiliency of this Reno teenager is nothing short of inspirational.
I feel very lucky. I'm happy my face is fine and stuff, and I still have all my limbs and I'm alive.
The fate for 11-year-old Felipe is far worse. He was severely shocked 2 years ago. His charred arms and legs were amputated, but that smile never leaves his face. It's the friendships from fellow survivors that warm his heart.
Our ultimate goal is to have a camp of nobody. You know, we want our numbers to decline. We want kids to stop burning themselves.
In seconds, an accident from matches or fireworks or even abuse from parents has left these kids with a lifetime of challenges. But they prove to us every day that the physical damage and emotional pain will never keep them down.
Keep on believing.
These images will not be forgotten. A raging beast devours, destroys, and devastates a South Lake Tahoe neighborhood. Those very homes that were ignited are now getting a fresh start.
Everybody's around again and talking about rebuilding.
They're hammering away, building from the ground up.
This was like a redwood deck out here.
In just 2 more weeks, the Hogansons will move into their dream house. This time it's fire resistant.
It's been a lot of work. I even quit my original job to become the project manager to get this all put together.
It's like a marathon. I mean, it's not a sprint.
Tools kept running through the winter, and about 11 months later, the Hogansons are able to put the fire behind them.
Just kind of nice to be at a point where you actually come up and start to enjoy it again.
But only about 10% of the 254 torched homes are being rebuilt. Empty lots represent homeowners who are either uncertain or unable to return.
It got so hot it just melted them and strips were coming down like that.
Steve Keurig was the first to move back. Everything around his house was scorched, but his concrete-based walls protected 18 years of memories. Returning was a mixed blessing.
After all these months, it's still depressing because you go, especially, I have to drive all through the burn area to get to town.
The view they all loved so much lost its glory. Dead trees and stumps are a constant reminder of a ruthless fire. These once beautiful century-old trees are now blackened and charred, but all around them we're starting to see some signs of life.